I don't know about you, but like whenever people share their not so great experiences in life, it's like it brings me comfort. I know that sounds like bad and naughty, but like hear me out, right? Like it's so comforting knowing that you're not the only one suffering from the same wounds. There's comfort in knowing that you're not the only one in pain. So in today's podcast, we're going to talk about, the famous saying, everything happens for a reason. And yeah, like my not so great experiences in life and how they benefited me in a way, right? But before we do that, we're going to read our poem of the day, all right? Because we love poetry. Anyway, our poem for today goes like this. All of the things that aided to create me are already hurting, and you still wouldn't stop? Why? Yo! So that's the poem of the day. There's correlation with, with what we're gonna talk about today. So, yeah. It's a little something, just a little spice. Welcome back to Once They Exit the Gates. I'm your host, Linus. Today, we're gonna talk about something. It's a bit deep, but at the same time, it's comforting, right? So, talking about this topic is more of like a reminder for me that I know it sounds cliche, but like that everything does happen for a reason, since life is not lifing right now. Like sometimes we just need that reminder, right? Anywho, I hope you guys are doing well. For me, life, it's been okay. It's been okay. I hope it's been great for y'all. I keep saying y'all as if like anybody knows about this podcast. Right now, nobody knows about this podcast because I haven't told anyone about it ever since it went live on so many different platforms. This podcast is on iHeartRadio, Spotify, of course, but nobody literally knows about this podcast. The people on my household have some sort of an idea why I literally bought a mic out of nowhere. Right now, it's more of like a way to de-stress myself. It's like a way of like, it's an escape for me right now. It's my little secret that only I know about and the staff on Spotify. Yeah. Anyway, let's start. So, since we're talking about like how everything happens for a reason, right? I have two stories for y'all. The first one is about my phone, actually. So let me set the scene as I always do. I was probably like in sixth grade, something like that. So I was like 12 when this happened, right? I was 12. So it was late at night. And then some commotion happened like outside the house. And then me, my sister, and my grandma went outside. And then I left my phone charging inside the room. So we were like, what is happening? What the hell is happening right now? What's with all this commotion, right? And it was just like the street kids, whatever. Like we went back inside the room. And then for some reason, I couldn't open my phone. Like before the commotion happened, I was able to open my phone, unlock it, right? But after the commotion, I went back to the room, went on my phone, I couldn't open it. I started panicking because what the hell? This is my phone. I just couldn't open it. I swear, I just couldn't open it. I felt like I was like losing my mind. And this went on for probably like almost 2 days. This went on for almost 2 days. And mind you, I didn't have any other gadgets other than my phone. And then my mom was like, why don't you my mom at this point, just as a side note, my mom at this point went to Canada already and we were left in the Philippines. And then my mom was like, why don't you go to the mall and meet up with a family friend? Because a family friend works there. And I was like, how do I get there? How do I get there? Like the mall is so far away and like all this time, like you've been driving us, right? But like my mom left, so who's gonna drive me, right? And I was forced literally to drag my ass all the way to the mall using public transport. So for the very first time in my life, I had to drag my ass down to the mall using public transport. And I don't know, I guess like I was still a bit scared because like it was my first time using the public transport. But then I just had to. I just had to. Like this is destroying me from the inside, this phone issue, right? So luckily I got to the mall, met up with the family friend that could apparently help me with this phone situation going on, right? We went to like one of those booths wherein you can like give them your phone and then they'll be like, oh yeah, this is the problem, blah blah. So they were like, yeah, since the password that you know isn't working, you have no choice but to like erase like the whole phone, like wipe out the whole phone and then start go back to square one basically because you don't know the password. And in my head I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, can we try one thing? Can we try one thing? Just one final thing. One last attempt. Because the night before, my sister jokingly said something about a password, right? Said something about a password. She was like, hey, like I kind of know your password, blah blah. And I didn't think much of it because like, what do you know about it? Like in my head, I'm like, this might be a glitch. This might be a glitch. Like my phone is glitching, whatever. I tried the password that my sister gave me the night before. It worked. It worked. It worked. In my head, I'm like, wow. I'm just speechless. I'm just speechless at this point, right? I was so happy. I was so happy, but I'm speechless. Even now that I'm like retelling the story, like I'm speechless. Apparently, what happened is the night the commotion happened that was caused by the street kids outside. Apparently, like I was playing some music from the that show Glee. You know that show Glee? I was apparently playing some music and my sister was like, what's that song? And I was like, I don't know. I was just trying I was kind of gatekeeping the song, right? And my sister for some reason was like, oh, I'm gonna get my revenge. Me and my grandma went outside, right? Me and my grandma went outside to see what the commotion was all about. Apparently, while that was happening, my sister changed my password. Like, since she knows like the current password, she changed it into a new one. And for almost 2 days, made me look like a fool. Crying, mental breakdowns and everything, snot, tears, everything. What a menace, I swear, what a menace. All this time you knew about it and you didn't tell me. All this just for me gatekeeping the Glee song. Oh, wow. Wow. Anyway, when I got home, I was just like talking about it to my aunt, right? I was like, yeah, blah blah, this is what happened. I met up with a family friend, blah blah. And then I was just laying on the bed. I was like, why did this happen to me? Right? Why did this happen to me? And then after a moment of thought, I was like, if that didn't happen, like the phone issue, whatever, I wouldn't be able to be independent, you know? Because, like, around that time, that's when my mom left to work on our permanent residency, blah, blah, here in Canada. So, for like the next 2.5 years, we wouldn't have any parents around. It was just our guardians. So, that moment in my life, it forced me to use the public transport and like learn about it all on my own. And thank God that happened. Thank God that happened because I didn't know that it would be such a helpful tool for me, such a helpful skill to have. So for like the next 2.5 years, there would be times when I would hang out with friends and then no one could like drop me off, right? And I would just take the public transport. Or there would be times when it's like back to school season and I need to buy some, like new stuff, new school supplies, whatever. And I need to go to the mall and no one could drive me there, right? And I would just take myself there. Like it became such a helpful tool that I wouldn't have learned otherwise if it weren't for that moment in my life. I guess like in the moment, we just don't see why it's all happening, you know? It's like, why does this keep on happening to me? Blah, blah, But there's a reason. There's a reason for it, right? There's a reason for it. So that's story number 1 for you. Jeez. I just had to get a quick snack upstairs and to I needed to turn off the dryer. So whoever's load that is, I'm so sorry, but like, dude, you're so loud. You're so loud. We're hopping into story 2. Dude, before we hop into story 2, let me just tell you about like how I've been procrastinating like recording this episode. I think it started like probably 10 days ago. I was like, let me write the outline. And then I procrastinated writing the outline. And then I had to scratch off like the first idea. And then I was like, okay. I think that was like November 21st or something. It's currently November 27 as I'm recording this. And I've been procrastinating. Dude, I was like, November 21st, I'm going to record it today. That didn't happen. I was like, okay, there's always a tomorrow. Tomorrow came, never recorded it. Boom, 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 boom. Until it's like the 27th already. Even earlier, I've been like procrastinating. I was like, let me just watch some YouTube. And then I went to YouTube. Next thing I know, I'm on TikTok. I've really just been procrastinating recording this podcast. But hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Anyway. So what happened is that I joined the I joined the swimming team because from time to time I get these like bursts of like inspiration wherein I would just set like some sort of like a challenge or like a goal in my mind. Something that I need to like check off of my bucket list. This time it was to represent my school through some sort of a sport that was the goal. Cause all this time I haven't been like, you know, haven't been like the most athletic of the bunch, right? Like I haven't been representing my school. So it's my grade 12 year. I was like, let me just do it. Let me just do it, right? Like I know some strokes in swimming. Like I took like one swimming class in 6th grade. I know something. So I joined the swimming team, and then actually it happened right around this time of the year, exactly a year ago. So what happened was that I trained like I took this seriously, dude. I took this very seriously. So I trained, I missed a few swimming training. I did my best. I practiced on my own time, right? I practiced on my own time, really like improved my skills. And then competition day came. And mind you, it's only one day of competition. It's only one day. So you had one shot at this, right? You had one shot at this. So I did it, right? I went there and my mom was watching from the bleachers. I missed it. My one and only tournament of the day, I missed it. I was in shock. I was in shock because it was so chaotic. Because what they do is like they basically like call you by heat. Heat is like your group, right? Your group. So like heat 1, heat 2, heat 3. And I think it determines like how fast you are. And I don't know, for some reason, like I just missed it because it was so chaotic in there. And it was my first time competing. And there wasn't like an organized, like, it wasn't in an organized fashion the way it was like set, right? So to make the long story short, I missed it. On the way to the parking lot, I was crying. I was just crying. I was like hitting myself while I was like removing my rash guard and everything. I was crying. I was so distraught. Like all that training, all that like waking up early in the morning, 5:30. And mind you, like I live in Canada, right? And for some reason, they set like a swimming season at October and November, which is basically one of the coldest months in Canada. At least here in Calgary it is. So it's so like it's so cold and you need to soak your body in, like, and it's not even heated. Like the pool is not even heated. It's like room temperature to like cold. That's what it is. That's the temperature. And you had no other choice but to like swim. Like my coach will be like 4 laps, boom. Like, babes, what do you mean 4 laps? I haven't eaten anything. I just had like one small granola bar, that's it. What do you mean 4 laps? I just woke up like 30 minutes ago. And now I'm like literally freezing right now. What do you mean 4 laps? So I had to do that for like probably 2.5 months. I and my oh my gosh, even like when there were times when I would take like the wrong bus and I would just have panic attacks in the bus, and I'm like, cause I'm like, where the hell am I? Cause I'm on my way to like the leisure center, right, to like practice. And there were times when I would like hop on the wrong bus, and I would just have panic attacks in the bus, and I would be like, where the hell am I right now? I just wanted to practice swimming. There would be times like that, like so many sacrifices, so many sufferings, so much hard work just for me to miss it. Right? Just for me to miss it. I was so distraught that day. I think that was like November 28th, and I'm recording this episode right now, November 27th, so tomorrow exactly a year. Anyway, Like I'm so passionate in like telling the story because like damn bro. Anyway, I walked out of that shit. I walked out of that shit. I didn't care about like the team swimming whatever pictures. I walked out of that shit. I cried. I freaking cried the whole day. I took like a mental health day the next day. Anyway, fast forward to second semester. So like a few months after like the incident happened. This was like towards the end of the school year already, towards like the end of my high school journey. Another opportunity came up. So this time it's track. So this time it's track. I joined the track team on like the very last day to join. Literally on the very last day to join, I joined. um so I was like, yeah, I want to do some hurdles and some sprints. Uh oh my god. Let me tell you, dude. Let me tell you. I feel like the whole team hates me. I mean, maybe not the whole team, but like majority of the team hates me. Um, I was probably like the slowest of the bunch because I just did it for fun. Like that was just my goal. I didn't even want to win. Like I remembered my first time competing in track. I was like I still had that goal in mind to like win, blah blah, right? Like get a medal, whatever. But like my goal, my top priority is to just do this, just to run, just to like perform this so that I can check that off of my bucket list, right? And I did. I mean, I was like the very last. I was like the that was the slowest. I was the last one, but hey, I was I looked happier. Like I looked happier than the winner, literally. Anyway, because in track, it's not like in swimming. You have like different competitions like regionals, nationals, whatever. Anyway, it's not just a one-time thing, so I was able to compete way too many times and I went last on all of the I went last on all of the um competitions. But but my track journey wasn't it wasn't the best. Like I had every reason to not join. I guess like if it weren't for that reason to like like oh I want to represent my school through a sport, I probably would never join. Like this is the reason. This is the point of the story, right? Like everything happens for a reason. I guess if it weren't for me missing like the swimming competition in the first place, I wouldn't join track. I wouldn't join track. Cause like I don't know, I know myself like sometimes I tend to be lazy. So I feel like I wouldn't join track if it weren't for me missing the swimming competition. And track was I guess like it was fun. Like it was fun besides the fact that the whole team looked like they hated me, but hey, like it was fun. It was fun. Like I got to meet way too many people. And I love socializing. And I probably would never experience like track if it weren't for swimming. I probably would have stopped there. Like after the competition, the swimming competition, I probably would have stopped there. Knowing me, track, like joining track, like it made my high school journey even more like fun, I guess, and meaningful. Yeah, and again, like when I was like crying after like missing that swimming competition, I was like, why the hell is this happening to me? Like I was so distraught, dude. And I just didn't see like the bigger picture. I never like saw the bigger picture that day, you know? Like I saw the bigger picture after track, you know? Like sometimes we just don't see it. Not after like months or like even years after it happened, right? So, yeah, like whenever I'm whenever like I'm experiencing something, from time to time I remind myself like, "Oh, remember that time wherein you accidentally learned how to use the public transport?" Right? Like it just reminds you that everything does happen for a reason. Maybe now, maybe you'll never find a reason today, tomorrow, in a month. Maybe in 5 years you'll know the reason behind that, right? Just as a parting message, I don't know, from time to time I remind myself of this saying: this too shall pass. Through sorrow, through bliss, this too shall pass. If you're experiencing something great, this moment will pass, so you might as well enjoy it. Savor every moment, right? If you're experiencing something not so great, this too shall pass. It's not like you're gonna suffer forever, right? But at the same time, it's not like you're gonna experience bliss every second of your life. So, yeah, I always remind myself of that. This too shall pass. So, yeah, thank you all. Episode 3 of Once They Exit the Gates. Thank you so much for tuning in. No one's even tuning in at this point. Like, I mean, at least right now, no one's tuning in because, like I said, like, no one knows about this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can buy my book, A Soul's Quiet Release. It's on Amazon. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your week. And as always, everything's gonna be alright.